lainnya ya buat ke Jimit sekarang. Okay, in the meantime, I think we can start off with the meeting ya. This way. Okay, already started ya. Okay, cool. Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to the employee squad meeting for today. And yeah, since whereby is got a bit of an issue, so we moved to Google Meet in this case. And okay, today's secretary of the day will be Bila, and VD is recording right now. Okay, noted. Okay, cool. So before we get into the SLA updates in this case, so let's go and see if there if there's any dependencies in this case. So let's go to the previous week's update first. And okay, I think like the lower one is actually more or less done at this point. And okay, let's go to the 17th of January in this case. So previously it's from VD dependencies to improve awareness team graph. So any update from VD? Okay, cool. Okay, meaning in today's update later So I'll just cross this out. And what about the other one nih, yang ini to be especially in conversion to display the correct data and to be inspected? Okay, in this case. Okay. Then from your side, right, since this has been like going on for a while, for the deadline itself, like last extension nih from my side, like when by when, like is the latest that you can actually have it done? Okay, cool. So by tomorrow, 8th of February in this case. Okay, thank you, VD. And yeah, looking forward for the next update in this case. So Bila can also mention over here. Yes, thank you. It's already updated, yeah. Okay, so we'll go back there later on. So like later when it's finished, you can just like check the checklist later on. Thank you. And okay, let's go to the 24th of January dependencies. So previously this was from transformation especially from the PPJS Ketenagakerjaan by 5th of Feb. So this is more into Ara since you're the project manager for this. Any update?
Yes, I already gather. So far that accepting the BPJS is Gani, Shelin, sama satu lagi David. So Nadine didn't get back to me. Vidi gimana Vidi? Vidi tuh maksudnya approve apa enggak? Do you want to get BPJS or not? Enggak kan, no, kan kita udah bikin budgeting. Aku offering nih ke kalian yang udah eligible mau nggak gitu. Cuman kalau aku reject, aku nggak mau. Nadia juga nggak mau. Jadi yang mau tuh baru Gani, Shelin, David, sama Vidi berarti. So 4 people. Kok? Ya udah berarti stay the ya udah stay in the beginning dan berarti ada 3 orang. This has been I've already submitted to David, right? And then to clarify who's going to take this lah after this. And then David says that, oh yeah, I maybe HR dulu that needs to handle. Okay, I can handle. And then what needs to be clarified right now is the payment, I need to check who will pay because it should be finance, right? But overall, you can take this. This is already done, Chilin.
Okay, cool. Okay, noted Berarti meaning later on it will be updated directly in the project cards
Yeah, correct.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And thank you, Bila, for the comments over there. Okay, this one is done, so we'll get the further updates in the project cards directly. Okay, and let's go to the previous week dependencies. Okay, let's go to awareness first day to Bila on this BVE talk as well as the documentation for well hunting in this case.
Okay, so for BVE talk, I've made the card, the Trello card. Basically, I've attached it on today's update, so maybe we can talk more on our today's update. So, but basically, yeah, we've come with the plan as well as for the inspection plan for the BPE talk as well as for the timeline, and then for the documentation, as you can see there, we already apa namanya, all the documentation is on the paper. So I've documented all the people that I contacted and then the one that applied. And then apa namanya, I update it also directly on AJR card every week. So basically that's
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Okay, so the documentation is already here, yeah, and it will be recorded, apa reported back on every Friday, apa on our Friday meeting. Okay, cool. That's the dependencies from Bila, yeah. So the documentation is already there. And okay. To Vera then for conversion. Apa I believe this is like by 11 of Feb, yeah. So technically, apa not yet done. But is there any update nih? Even though it's not yet like the deadline.
Nope, not yet. Belum ada.
Okay. So all three of them no update yet, yeah, so far, yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so this will be further like updated by 11 of Feb. Maybe apa later on in the next week's meeting, we can also get back to this. Okay, and then for advocacy, I believe it's already updated by Cindy, yeah. So maybe Cindy can deliver a bit.
Okay, so for the framework, the advocacy side still waiting for the job curriculum framework. I mean, to determine in which stage employees in. So I think, oh, Kavera, what's your current update about this? About detecting the job curriculum strategy, the framework
From conversion, yeah.
from conversion.
Still no update sih, but then like what I've mentioned, I think I do mention in the report, right? Kayak I'm trying to detect it from the interview question sih, but then belum ada further apa kayak update-nya gitu, jadi nggak bisa pastiin juga.
Okay, so that means from the advocacy side juga belum bisa ada further action ya Kak regarding this one. Okay.
Okay, I see. Okay, meaning that the framework is not ready yet in this case.
The adaptation of it in advocacy side belum.
Let me see. Okay, in that case, like by when? Because it's already like past the apa the deadline is supposed to be today, right? Especially this was mentioned in the actionables over here in this case. Nih. Nah itu gimana tuh Cindy?
Oh, about the pivot of the program, I already update in today's thread. But for the framework, for determining the framework, it's not yet done because there's no tool from the conversion or transformation side.
Okay. Okay. In that case, right. Okay, this is a bit vague, yeah, in this case. So please set up the framework by next week, 7 of Jan. I'm not really sure like which framework that it refers to at this point. Is it like the framework of the reporting, or is it like the framework of this like project see basically? Or is it this one, yeah? To determine the advocates like this. I see. Okay, then in that sense, right, meaning that the framework is apa technically not set yet. So okay, in that sense, right, Cindy, perhaps apa like since you're also like so you'll be mostly coordinating with Vera like from conversion for this specific project or more into like transformation.
After there's the exact tool to determine which stage a fish turn in, I think I can collaborate both with transformation and conversion.
Okay then. So meaning that apa not just with Vera but also with me as well, yeah, in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Then okay, I think what you can do is that you can help us set up a meeting, perhaps in this case like a sub discussion like between you, me, and Vera, so that we can apa talk further about this. Yeah, preferably by this week. Yeah, apa you can set up the meeting in this case. Okay,
Okay.
Bila, and okay, noted ya Cindy ya. Okay, Bila please apa write down ya. In this case you can kayak apa put up like an extra checklist and then kayak di indent gitu di tab gitu. Jadi kayak it's part of her apa Cindy's checklist ya. So by the end of this week, meaning by this
Uh,
Friday or Saturday kali ya.
Bella
Kan
is changing her laptop. I'll drop it. I'll write it. I'll write it.
Okay, cool. Thank you
Okay.
ya. So by
Okay.
Friday kan or by Saturday?
By Friday to have the meeting.
Okay, cool. So by this Friday, yeah. Thank you. Please take note of that. And okay, so that's a bit on the apa follow up on the dependencies, yeah, from the previous weeks. So let's go to today's update in this case. Okay, let's see. Okay, today's the 7th of February, and let's see the weekly update. Apa? Oh, Bila is back already, yeah. Okay, then let's go to you, Bila, for the awareness update.
Okay, thank you. So, some of action point for from awareness team this week. First, on the career and calling strategy is for BVE Talk 18 preparation, as well for Instagram Live 2 preparation, Instagram and LinkedIn social media campaign, as well as BV newsletter blast last Friday on February 4th. Can you help open the link up for BVE Talk? So I'm going to explain a little bit on the framework of our BVE talk as well as the timeline. So what are we doing here and what are we going to do like in the future? Yeah. Um, can you open the paper, Kak? I should have put the paper instead of the Trello card. Oh, yeah, sorry. But there will be a paper there for the BVE talk specifically, and then there's the timeline. So currently this week we are focusing on outreaching for the co-host as well as for the speakers. Last week I've already asked your opinion about the topic that we are going to use for BVE talk, and you already agree on the topic that we've come up with, which is uh at advancing wait I forgot the topic name, yeah, but it's something about using empathy to advance our customer relations. So that's basically the topic that we are going to use, and we are planning uh, to invite speaker from Influx. It's a company that focusing on like apa sih namanya for customer that provide customer relations for a lot of other companies. So basically that's what the companies do, and we are going to invite them for this specific topic. We believe that I think they would be uh, suitable for this specific topic, as well as it can like attract people, young people especially, because a lot of people from our observation, a lot of young people are actually interested in working in this influx company or that kind of company, the company with a similar thing gitu. That's why we choose influx as one of our biggest potential for speakers. And then can you scroll again kak to the timeline? So for the general timeline, as you can see, we are on the outreaching week, and then on the 11th February, we're going to do our first teaser poster for BVE Talk that we're going to release the theme and then start opening the registration form and then the speaker profile and then so on as you can see, and the main poster will be published on 16 February. So basically this is the whole timeline for the BVE talk that we're going to do. Yeah, the BVE talk will be held on 25th February on Friday at the usual time. Oh no, actually we make it earlier than usually. So usually we do it at 5, I believe, at 5 or 6. Oh, at 6, and then we're going to do it like in early 5 afternoon, so that nggak keputus sama apa namanya sholat ini loh, sholat isya gitu. Jadi biar bisa sampai agak selesai gitu. So basically that's our reasoning for the timing. But basically, yeah, that's all the framework for the BPE Talk 18. So maybe you can come back to the awareness report, Kak. back to the awareness report, we can see that for the job strategy, this week we are using mostly for well hunting for full-time posts. And yeah, so that's what we're doing this week for the action point. And then for the performance, first on the SLA website, it's not achieved for the weekly unique page view SLA, which is 1,125. We only got 363 view. It's quite a lot of drop actually. So I think we were also discussing whether that the number of the SLA actually correct, or should we like try to change it, because like if we see at the previous months on the on the low season like November, September, October, November, we haven't like achieved the SLA gitu, on that each month. So maybe we think that maybe on the low season we should try to change the SLA so that it would be more achievable in this case, and more apa sih namanya, sesuai dengan seasonnya gitu. And then that's for the website, and then for the LinkedIn we've got 313 view, which is achieved for this week SLA. And then for Instagram profile visit, we're supposed to have 313 visit per week. It's not achieved. We only got 213 visit this week. And then for the email blast, it's 700 email per week. And then we sent 107.29 from our newsletters this week. And then for the outreach and distribution, we sent seven distribution posts, including from the social media post, but it's still not achieved the weekly SLA, which is 10 posts a week. And then for the SLA applicant, it's 25 applicant per week, and we only one applicants behind for this SLA, but yeah, it's still not achieved. So for the friction, one of the friction that we found in the awareness team is that the Coda calendar doesn't give notification like Google Calendar, right? Because and then in the end of the day, we have to actively check it to know that what are we going to do on the next plan, and it make some of our team forgot for to our schedule because they didn't have any notification. So I think it's something that we should solve here in awareness team. We are thinking of putting some of our content schedule also on the Google Calendar. Although it's kind of redundant, but I think at this moment it will be like the solution for this friction actually. So yeah, that's the friction. And then for the next action for calling and career, as I've said last week, that this month will be more focusing on career and calling, which is why we got more plan for career and career calling, which is BVE Top, Instagram live, as well as social media campaign. And then for job, after some SLA of distribution posts didn't achieve this week, we are thinking of starting more advocacy distribution posts again this week, which is more apa namanya, job vacancy information ya to our partner or to third party gitu. And then I want to consult more with Ara about well hunting strategy. As I've said on the Friday meeting, there's a friction where a lot of these well hunting people are not qualified enough. So I think I need to discuss more on that so that we can get more qualified, and apa namanya, the effort that we made for well hunting won't go as waste. So that's all for awareness. Thank you. Any question?
I'd like to ask Gani actually. Gani, based on the SLA being report right now, boleh scroll ke atas sebentar? Ya. Kan only 2 nih yang achieve. What do you think is the problem here? Tools, adoption, apa inspection?
I think the adoption could be one of the issue here. Some of
Why?
strategy doesn't fully implement. Like on the we haven't really optimized the SEO for the website as the keyword SEO. So that could be one of the SLA doesn't achieve the unique page view on the website. It's because we haven't really think about the SEO keyword at the first.
Tapi currently SEO yang nge-lead Jing bukan?
No.
Atau siapa?
We haven't really think about SEO for employee squad ya.
SEO kan website performance in general, right?
Yep.
Itu siapa yang in charge sekarang buat handle SEO?
No one. I in charge for the MMP. Ya. Jadi belum.
Berarti nggak ada yang ngerjain kan SEO?
Ya. Belum teroptimis.
Oke, ya karena tadi kan ada bilang, okay, first the friction that I can see, Bila said that this is related to setting SLA itself, whether one is actually too high because of seasonal things, right? Kalau that's the case, then that's the tool's problem, because the tools that being used is not even valid right now, right? Like it's being too high, misalkan gitu. Terus yang kedua, SEO, ya, I think I remember I asked Jing the other day about asking whether we need and require a consultant in digital marketing. But then Jing said that he lead the SEO strategy right now. So I'm not sure if gimana kelanjutannya progress. So I'm just checking, Mungkin Gani bisa coordinate with Jing, like what are the SEO strategy exactly that he have or he'd like to advise you. Ini Jing di sini nggak sih? Nggak ada ya?
Nggak ada, tapi aku paham maksudmu arah ya.
Ya.
Jadi PR sih itu sih.
I think Nadia raised her hand.
Actually I want to ask something, and perhaps Vidi from BI can clarify as well. Yeah, for the SLA email blast is the MailChimp project, right, Bila?
Yeah, the one that I put here is the MailChimp one.
Okay, so is that mean that is it going to be weekly MailChimp email blast, or is it going to be just like regular monthly basis?
Yeah, that's a good question, because we used to use weekly for email blast because what is it? Because MBKM, right? Because we send it like regularly, like every day or such, which is why we have like weekly SLA. But since it's not MBKM again, I think we need to change on that as well. Like it's rather than week, I think it's will be on monthly.
I see, because I found something interesting for the MailChimp is actually we can actually see the open rate and the total clicks actually. And fun fact, this the latest MailChimp or the latest email blast was actually the highest so far. We actually achieved 35 because previously the highest was like 25 open rate. So I thought that's going to be noted in this, but it's actually the total number of emails sent, yeah?
Yeah. Because, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's it actually, my questions.
Thank you, Nadia. Jadi maksudnya gimana responnya Bila terkait yang disampaikan Nadia tadi?
Yeah, I think I agree with. I think Kafira already mentioned it also, right? Instead of having a number of email being sent, it would be for the open rate. But also these emails being sent can still also be an SLA, so that we can do an email campaign every month. So I was thinking of rather that we maybe try to add new SLA, or maybe this open rate can be like the sub SLA under this email blast. That's what I thought actually from that. How maybe Kagani, you have other thought about it?
Okay. I'm not talking about the SLA, but I'm talking about the insight that Nadia just brought up. So, we know that which kind of message that effectively can deliver high number of open rate, right? So that can be a new best practice. So we can put it in the chapter meeting. So we can, in the future, in the email blast, we can use this kind of message. Yeah, I think just that for the comment from Nadia inside. I'm not talking about the SLA.
Okay, thank you Gani. Aku mau nanya dong ke kalian semua. I'm a little bit, mungkin aku yang agak error. I see the difference between SLA in awareness. Kalau misalkan mau tentang email ya, Kalau mau tentang email berbeda dengan chapter lain karena gini, SLA advocacy adalah referral, right? Number of referrals coming in. SLA conversion, number of hired. Terus transformation itu juga number of people transform. Nah, ini adalah bentuknya adalah result, bukan activity, right? Kalau kalian mau email, itu kan activity yang kita lakukan keluar. Sedangkan kalau chapter lain yang dari luar hasil masuk ke dalam, kan gitu, hire, referral, transformation itu kan dari luar masuk ke dalam kan. Number of hire itu kan bukan kita hire kan bukan semata-mata just doing, you know. It will be depends on so many factors. Nah, kalau email itu kan selama gue kirim selesai email gue, SLA gue achieve dong, kan gitu. Nah, itu yang mungkin harus hati-hati menyebut SLA KPI ya, perbedaannya mungkin. Like, I'm not sure itu bedanya sih Gani. Maksudnya kalau email menurut aku, itu kan activity based ya, aku bakalan kirim email 100 dalam seminggu. Kurang exciting sih menurut aku. Atau gimana sih kurang?
Iya.
Pokoknya itu paham kan ya gitu deh. Itu pokoknya.
Berarti maksudnya SLA yang tepat itu adalah hasil yang didapat setelah mengirim email gitu kan.
Iya.
Jadi seharusnya SLA email blast is the number of traffic that yang dikirim dari email blast itu masuk ke website flash booking itu berapa kan gitu kan seharusnya.
Iya. Ya, jadi ini sebenarnya udah bener nih asal website, LinkedIn, Instagram profile, kecuali yang email blast karena
paham.
nggak aja sih email blast. I think it's really doable kalau kalian rajin ya selalu achieve nanti kan gitu. Itu sih paling yang perlu dikoreksi dikit.
Oke, thank you Ara, Miss Secretary, boleh kasih masukan ya. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the discussion. Yeah, thank you Ara as well for bringing this up. So I think the awareness team can also reconsider as well whether on the SLA on the KPIs are more focused on like results or is it more into like activity based as Ara mentioned just now. Okay, a quick question from me actually. So Dila just now mentioned about this CODA calendar, right, in this case. So can I actually ask like on what specific part that you use CODA calendar? Like what are you guys using CODA calendar for in this case?
Oh yeah, it's actually it's kinda we haven't like kinda announced or socialized it to all the other funnel, but PR team have like migrate the PR calendar to Coda instead of using Google Calendar since there are some friction on Google Calendars, right? And then after we move to Coda, we find this new friction actually from the new calendar. So yeah, that's basically.
Okay, so basically the PR calendar is moving from GCal to CODA Cal, like that.
Yeah. So as you can see here, Kak Gani share the screen.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Can I speak?
Yes, please.
Okay. So this is one of awareness strategy to be include the calendar. So we know when is the opportunity coming and what things that we prepare for it. So that's why we move it from Google Calendar to Coda here. So we can see not just the opportunity coming when it's coming, it also can prioritize and distribute the works. Jadi contohnya kayak ini kayak ada reminder bahwasanya UGM ini start of school. Jadi di kampus UGM itu sudah mulai kuliahnya udah mulai. Jadi kita bisa tahu nih jadi orang yang mau cari cari internship itu mungkin bisa lebih aktif karena anak-anaknya udah mulai aktif seperti itu. Nah ini kita juga ada konten hari apa itu kontennya seperti apa gitu. Jadi kita bisa ngikut tren terus kemudian match the opportunity with action that we take. Seperti itu sharing penjelasan singkatnya.
Okay, I see. Oh, so the friction that Bila mentioned is actually the notification, yeah. In GCal, we know that we can set the notification, but in Coda calendar, you cannot actually do it, gitu ya.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
I think
Oh,
it's more technical, but I will find out the solution.
I
Kayaknya ada
see.
ya video ya notifikasi.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Cool. Yeah, sure. I think that can be done as well, see, in this case. So, I think there's a feature as well, like in Coda, where you can do like a little bit of a coding, right? So that it can actually send you a notification, maybe like a few days like before they do that to this specific person. So, I would say I'd like to delegate this to Nadia, especially as the funnel manager from PD. Maybe later on, the awareness team like Gani or Bila later on can have a sub discussion with Nadia as well as to to talk about this, yeah, perhaps on the notification settings in this case.
Okay, please put
Mhm.
me as well, Shalin. So I need to coordinate with the PD team. Kebutuhan dari awareness itu seperti apa? Kayaknya nggak cuma notifikasi aja, tapi ada hal lain yang pengen aku discuss gitu.
You can deliver like what is the expected results. Thanks
Yeah.
juga PD. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, that's the conclusion for the awareness side. Yeah, anyone else perhaps want to add on?
Kak, sub discussion-nya by when ya, Kak?
Good question. Okay, sub discussion-nya by when? Ke Gani deh, by when Gani?
Nggak tahu aku kapan nebak ya. Rabu jam 2 siang.
Oke, Rabu jam 2 siang. Oke, mantap. With the
Kak,
day
aku
and
Rabu
time.
off, Kak.
Nggak apa, kan aku sama PD team nanti.
Oh, oke then.
Okay, cool. Rabu, Wednesday 2 p.m. ya. Okay, thank you for the exact deadline for this ya. Okay, thank you. That's the the next week's dependencies. Later on, we'll need to update on that. And okay, that's from awareness. Let's go to conversion first nih. Dimana conversion? Okay, I'll go to Vera on this ya.
Okay, for conversion action point, actually like not much, but bringing the trial batch yang untuk this week, and then loh kok Kak Gani di remove? But okay, the frictions that I've detected from the past week is that there is a broken adoption of the recruitment guideline, so it resulting in like confusions and like the lack of visibility by other people. And then the second friction is the definition and expected follow-up actions of dropping out. I mean, like dropouts could be both a good thing and a bad thing, but it's just that from my side, I'm actually quite confused on how I could deliver or like improve what I can do on the dropouts, which is why I'll follow. I will have like a consultation with Mr. Jing later. And then for the third friction is there's an insufficient data for this week's SLA report. And I think it's because like in black last week, so it's like slower adoption for the past week. So mostly the SLAs are unachieved or null. As you can see, the performance kayak we're already using the the refined SLAs gitu kan kayak maximum 10 days assign trials, tapi ini 10.20 days, jadi udah kelewatan, so it's not achieved. And then 0.30 win and loss ratio untuk membawa candidates to the interview stage, but then like if you can see the February itu kayak nol, tuh kan. Tapi I don't know if this relates with the data yang belum termasuk, tapi for now it's like 0 dulu. And yeah, for the candidate to participate trial program, karena data atas yang nggak ke keep track, jadi it's null. Dan juga last week juga kita ada one person to join trial, but then she dropped out. For the last SLA, 0 employment contract signed. Yeah. And then for the actionable, I'll be doing a very high inspection on correct adoption of the recruitment guideline for this 1 week. And for the current broken adoption, I would just tag each PICs to follow the guideline. Kayak not kemarin, just now, like I've realized that some of us are not putting their analysis of in their interview script kan. Jadi kayak there are like a lot of follow-up questions kayak kenapa mereka di pass or something like that sih. And then the second one, I will have a pairing with Mr. Jing on conversion chapter consultation. Well, the consultation will mostly talk about like how I can improve the strategical plan for conversion and like following up with the dropouts juga, sama final actionable adalah finish the previous week's agreed actionable. Yep, that's it from me.
Okay, thank you, Farah. Okay, one thing that I noticed, right? So this SLA is weekly update from 31st of Jan to 7th of Feb. And then you mentioned here that 0% sign. Really?
Actually, it makes me think twice, right? Actually, a lot of people sign like last week kan, tapi kan ini conversion di convert. Kalau dari last week kan tidak ada yang terconvert, jadi kayak 0%. Get it?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like 0%. But if we don't count the conversion, yeah, emang there's a lot of people sign the contract on Saturday and Sunday kan. Jadi ya perbedaannya itu sih.
Okay, so this employment contract is referring to internship or like employee contracts?
Both.
Okay.
Interns and employees.
Okay, counted for both in this case. I see. Okay, so that's a bit weird from me. As I remember correctly, a few people actually like signed their contracts like in the past week. Or even the past 2 weeks. I don't remember the exact dates, but like the past within these 2 weeks gitu. So I was kind of wondering why is it like 0 gitu. Like the MBKM one is not actually like counted or like how gitu.
So the service or deliverables for this SLA kan adalah deliver at least 50% conversion of trial candidates in that particular period to hires.
Okay.
Ya, jadi kan kita convert 0% kan from the past week. Tapi kalau misalnya for the whole month pasti ada gitu.
Okay, technically speaking, doesn't make any sense though. Karena trials kan bi-weekly, and then like for 1 week will achieve, another week will not achieve gitu.
Yes. Ya, sebenarnya kan ini SLA monthly ya kan, tapi kan kita reportnya setiap minggu. Jadi sebenarnya itu sih agak membingungkan juga.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe Ara want to ask something? Kayak Ara nggak paham. Gimana sih?
Aku lebih mungkin SLA-nya bisa dijabarkan lagi, especially for others in here ya, dari chapter yang lain. 50% employment contract sign per month, itu interpretasinya luas sekali, Vera. Bisa jadi satu. Aku berpikir, okay, does it mean that if we offer 3 people part-time or full-time, it means that 2 or 1.5 person need to sign it? Itu kemungkinan yang pertama. Employment contract sign per month lagi, ada 2 employment contracts ini, apakah extension termasuk, apakah tidak extension kontrak, sebenarnya kontraknya expired, sign lagi, termasuk atau tidak. Mungkin itu sih kayak detail-detailnya yang menurut aku perlu dijabarin lagi. I think coba nanya aja ke Nadia atau Vidi atau siapa Cindy. Did they have the same understanding apa enggak regarding this gitu?
Okay, mungkin definisinya ya yang kurang gitu. Ini mungkin Vera, any additional thoughts?
Kalau employment contract, benar sih kata Kara, kayak yang sekarang aku mikirin tuh cuman pokoknya orang yang dari trial mereka nge-sign untuk jadi hires kita. Jadi from trial to hires itu doang yang aku pikirin. Tapi untuk extension atau offer dari intern ke full time misalnya, itu aku belum itu lagi sih, apa namanya, elaborate lagi. But then I think I can like consult with Vidi about that. Yeah.
Okay, doable ya. Nanti later on Vera can consult with Vidi within this week ya, preferably in this case. And okay, a question from Nadia, like data not shown itu, like why is the data not shown? Like specifically for which one, Nadia?
Itu yang ditulis sama Vera, SLA apa? Itu tuh, no data shown for this period.
Iya, 0.
Itu tools problem atau?
I think sebenarnya aku butuh clarity dari VD juga sih. It's like either tools atau emang kayak ya. But then like we have the recruitment process kan. Jadi itu seharusnya nggak mungkin nol sih. So
Oke, dia ngikutnya join that nggak sih?
from my side sih I'm still processing in Januari sih, tapi yang others I'm not sure. Oh, jadi kalau misalnya yang candidates dari Februari belum diproses sama sekali, so ya kosong gitu.
Oke, tapi kayaknya nih kayak lebih kayak ke time-nya juga kan ya, meaning that cause in January kayak we were overloaded with like the time applicants right in this case, and there's still like some are not processed yet at this rate kayak it's neither rejected or even like processed right in this case. So that might be one thing juga, and it might also be because like the February won't actually show because it's still like 7, right? So none of them has been like processed yet at this rate. So that might also like explain why it's like 0 for February. And okay, ini Ara maksudnya gimana? Like propose tomorrow for this? For this?
Nggak, maksudnya ini kan discussion-nya udah ongoing terlalu panjang. Ini tinggal 12 menit. Padahal kita belum bahas transformation sama advocacy. Jadi mungkin kedepannya bisa di slot waktunya berapa menit untuk awareness bicara, berapa menit untuk conversion and so on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that can be done equally gitu kan ya, within like certain chapters there's like a time limit. I see. Okay, I think that can be done as well. Okay, so basically for the actionables for conversion ya, so where we'll have a sub discussion with PD regarding the tools over here. And then the other actionables are already like mentioned over here ya, pairing with Jing as well for the conversion ini ya, especially the dropouts in this case. I would also suggest Vera to bring up the dropout analysis in the conversion chapter in this case. So in general, we have gotten like a lot of dropouts, right? So sub discussionnya by kapan? By the end of this week. By the end of this week, by this weekend, then in a way latestnya ya, in this case. And yeah, itu untuk dropout analysis bisa di bring up di conversion meeting. Okay, latest Friday ya. Bila please take note. Okay, that's from conversion. Okay, moving on to transformation from my side. So far from the previous week, no other action points sih. Performance-wise, SLA for full-time or even like part-time employee side itu masih lacking kan ya in host. And then for interns, a few positions have been fulfilled. Because of the kampus merdeka candidates, right? So for PD interns for BE, FE, UI, ada typo, UI, UX, QA, as well as BD. DM is also fulfilled, digital marketing. And some of the positions are still not fulfilled, yaitu host, BA, accounting, and perhaps a few other roles as well ya. In the awareness team, PR itu juga belum. And okay, maybe those are the positions that the awareness team can also targeting on, as well as the conversion. And okay, when I was in the employment program, so far it's still achieved so far. So far no other resignations like the past week, as well as termination. And okay, for the transformation SLA proposed. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Gibran. Okay, evaluation framework to be ready by 15th of Feb. So by 15th of Feb, we can actually like roll out the the MVP for the measurement of the transformation itself in this case. Okay, frictions. This has been mentioned by by Bayu, by Jing, by Ara as well, right? The past like 1-2 days. Payroll execution is is a bit scattered, right? Like it's like everywhere, and there's actually like confusion like here and there. So the guideline is actually lacking in this case for the tools as well as the adoption. And another thing is that there's a delay in the ES from Gibran's side. so resulting in the delay of the report basically in all hands. Supposedly we are reporting on every second week, which is tomorrow, but we haven't actually got the results yet, and we haven't done the discussion yet on the ES results. So that's why it's going to be pushed back to the next week in this case. Okay, so for the actionables from my side, I'll basically need to create like a project card for the payroll execution wise. For the project card is to be ready by tomorrow, the latest. And this is basically elaboration of the guidelines and who is going to be in charge of the payrolls executions and administration basically, and to be implemented by the next batch of the payroll, which is around like early March in this case. And another thing is that transformation SLA measurement to be ready by 15. And for the EES last call by today, already announced by Jubran as well, and report to be delivered by 15 November. Okay, maybe that's a bit on transformation. So far, any question, Pits? Mungkin Lara ada tambahan for payroll wise perhaps or anything?
Ya, payroll ini kan deadline-nya pokoknya udah pasti fix sebenarnya by next payroll harus sudah refine and improve kan. Paling itu aja sih yang bisa dijadikan prioritas juga di transformation to be done because waktunya singkat kan. Jadi nggak berkelanjutan gitu. Harapannya selesai gitu. Itu aja sih paling tambahan dari aku.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, anything else perhaps? 1, 2, 3? No, yeah? Okay. Then next, let's go to advocacy first before we go to the BI update. Okay, advocacy to ini ya, to Cindy.
Okay, so for the action points for the last week, I've done the pivot for the employee advocacy program, resulting in 6 LinkedIn posts and 2 Instagram posts from our visitors, and which is in calling stage. And I already run the graduates IG story post program as a must for each graduates with IGP. Already put this in the guideline and helped by Kashelin. And for the performance wise, we have 5 out of 24 applicants that comes from referral. It's the number is quite high. It's 20%. And for the HLA of hires, it's still not achieved because 0 has been hired in the past week. And for the story, this week we got 3 story, which is from Bayu Azra, VP, and Violin for the IGP that distributed through social media, through LinkedIn and YouTube. And for the frictions, is currently there's no tools to determine the employee stage, but hopefully the sub discussion between Kak Ferami and Kak Shelin this Wednesday will determine the adaptation of the framework. For the actionables, as stated in my Trello card, I will conduct a content creating class for the MBKM visitors this week and will put the program as a must for all interns OKR that onboarded starting from today. And I will continue the IG Live and other events preparation with Bila and Maskani. That's all from me. Back to you, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Quick question to Cindy. What makes you, any thoughts perhaps on why the high number of referrals? I think even the previous week, it wasn't that high, right?
Yeah, the previous week isn't that high because we use percentage, right? And we compare this with the MBKM, which is thousands, and it previously we also have like 6, 7, 9, even 9 applicants from referral, but compared with the MBKM that are thousands, it decreased the number.
I see. So more into the scale gitu ya. Because if we were to compare the total number of applicants, then it's going to be like percentage is going to be lower in this case. Oh, meaning that like our referrals is actually constant, yeah. Like per week, we can actually get maybe like around 5 or 6
until 5 until 9.
Interesting. Kok bisa constant ya? Okay, I think that's one thing that you can further deep down in the advocacy meeting, yeah, especially like how come it's actually like constant, like why is it constant, why is it like not increasing or decreasing gitu loh, in a way gitu. I think perhaps that's one thing that you can also bring into your chapter meeting, yeah, Cindy, in advocacy.
Sure.
Okay, maybe to Vera, any comments on your side, perhaps?
For advocacy ya.
Mm-mm.
Sebenarnya I would say advocacy punya performance itu lumayan aman if it's not from MBKM ya. Jadi kayak if we see like previous data, it's like it's mostly always achieved gitu kan. But then karena MBKM ya, yeah, of course they're not coming from referrals, right? So I think for the achieve consistency ya maybe it's because the programs apalagi siapa Cindy juga udah ini kan she revive the advocacy program, so I think ya itulah yang result the consistency.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Okay, then noted. Maybe from the awareness team, maybe from Bila, any comments? Perhaps since like technically advocacy and awareness is connected, right? Any comments perhaps from your side?
Hello, can you hear
Bila,
me?
we cannot hear you. Yes, can.
Oh, okay, sorry. Tadi nge-lag. I think it's also due to like our advocacy is getting active lately in these past weeks. I think that's why. But I'm also curious, like, is it possible to know like where are these referrals come from? Like, is this coming from like the advocacy posts or something else so that we can like optimize our advocacy programs? Like, is it possible to know that?
Gimana Cindy?
Oh, okay. I think in the registration form, in the G form, they also sometimes mention this is from referrals, but they do not like specify from which they know this. But sometimes they put like recommendation from my lecture, recommendation from my friends, but they do not put the name or from which post they. Yeah. Okay. Kak Vera also mentioned that from the interview we can ask from the specific person they get the information from.
Okay. Bila, does that answer your question?
Oh yeah, but I also like, are these people like 5 people that from referral like already been from converted, like whether they pass the recruitment process or not, the selection?
From me, I do not know whether this is converted or no. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, gimana tuh? Okay, probably apa? I think this one can be like a quick discussion aja sih. Kan considering that we are also like apa sharing time. I'd like to like okay. Yeah, apa I think later on both of you apa like Cindy from advocacy as well as Bila from awareness can apa have a sub discussion ya. Maybe a quick one we'll do sih kayak how can we apa how can it be like recorded well so that the awareness team can also like apa target correctly like for the audience itself. Okay, proposing up to 10 minutes extension ya peeps because we started late because of the whereby apa going down in this case, but I'll try to keep it like within apa to be finished by 3:05 ya. Okay, a little bit of an update from VD from BI. Okay, cool. Thank you, Vidi. Yes, Nadia.
Okay, thank you. Vidi, actually, I would like to ask regarding the data collection, will that be BI or PD actually for the data acquisition? So how do we manage that? Because yeah, in PD we do have the 3DS and data acquisition campaign, right? Okay. The visualization, right? The visualization can be on the BI part. Okay. In PD, yeah. All right. Noted. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Thank you juga, Nadia, for the question. So it's clear, yeah, like the from PD as well as from BI, which to handle, like who's going to handle which part in this case. Okay, maybe to Bila as the you can say the client of this like visualization. Okay. Mm-hmm. I see. Okay. Cool then in this case. So meaning that it's technically done, yeah, for the visualization itself.